Debt. It can feel like a never-ending cycle of past due bills, high interest rates, and even collection calls. You want a way out, but most companies only deal with certain kinds of debt or offer quick fixes and even dangerous solutions that can destroy your credit and put you right back where you started. At Family Credit Management, we do things differently. First, we'll review your credit report to access who and what you owe. Then, we'll create a repayment plan that's in budget, lowers interest, and eliminates fees. We'll give you a roadmap out of debt once and for all by consolidating all your unsecured debt from all your creditors in our debt management program. You pay us once a month, and we work with your creditors to take care of the rest. For over 20 years, we've been helping clients get back on track to financial independence. Now it's your turn. Get your free quote today.
Hi, and welcome. My name is Tish Griffin, and I am here again to talk with you about any types of issues that you may be having dealing with your debt, your finances, with budgeting, whatever we can assist with, that's what we're here to do. I work with a lot of different credit counselors that are very great. I want you to know that they are a resource for you and they're available. So if you have any questions after this, if you need a resource, someone to go to, feel free to visit the Family Credit website, and then you can get that information. It's available at familycredit.org. I'll show you the website in a second. But I want you to know that it is a resource for you, and you can reach out and talk to a counselor at 800-994-3328. So we are all still in an adjustment period, and right now we have just dealt with the pandemic that has brought things to a halt for a lot of us, and it's caused us to not know what to do next. So we're going to talk a little bit about those things that you can do and watch out for. We are also going to look at some great changes that are coming about in the industry, in the credit industry, that should help you. And we'll talk a little bit about credit as well. So again, if you've got some questions, feel free to reach out to a counselor. You can get your questions answered at 800-994-3328. If you're dealing with situations you don't know what to deal with, you don't know what to do, reach out. You can look at the website at familycredit.org, and we'll talk about some key components on that website that'll be great for you as well. But if you want to know what to do and you need some information, we're going to go over these resources a little bit as well. So we'll look at the Personal Finance Made Easy and 100 Small Ways to Save Big, which is really going to help. Just so you know, the counselors are standing by at 800-994-3328, and we are going to get into the nitty-gritty of finances right now. So again, we've all just survived this pandemic, and we're still trying to find our footing and get things back in order. Right now, we know that inflation has really affected things. The cost of everything is up. Did you know that right now, even to buy a used car, the cost to buy a used car are 35% higher today than they were 2 years ago? And that's pretty scary because we don't know what happened. All we know is that everything is up. But the key is not to let this get you down, but to learn what you can do to overcome and to combat it. So we're going to talk about some serious strategies and tips for you for that. Right now, we know that the cost of food is drastically increasing. We know that everything, our utilities are increasing, and we want to be able to afford it. Also, if you're looking to buy a home, interest rates have just gone up, and I wanted to share this information with you as well. So a couple of years ago, even last year, rates were really at a record low, and we saw people get homes with interest rates as low as 2% and 3% over the past few years. So right now, if you're thinking you want to get a home, you have to be aware that rates are significantly higher than what they were a few years ago. Now, they're not scary as compared to overall over time, but yes, they are trending upwards. Even today, rates have increased just a little bit, and I want you to be prepared for that. So to put this in perspective, just thinking, if you were to apply for a mortgage on a home of about $300,000 a year ago, and you were only putting down 5%, your monthly mortgage payment probably would be based on a 3% interest rate, and your monthly payment would be about $1,200, $1,200 give or take. And that's if you're putting down 5%. Today, that same home at $300,000, your mortgage would be probably based on a rate of 5% or more. And at 5%, that same $300,000 house, your mortgage payment would be about $1,530. So $1,530. That's to give you a little perspective. So rates have really, really made a significant impact on the amount that you would pay for everything. So if you're looking to get a home and you qualify, a lot of times that payment's going to be higher now. But it is still worth it to have that asset. And if you need stability, you need a home, and you need some place to go, then you really don't have a whole lot of options, because those rates that we were looking at, that we were happy about, the 2 and 3% rate days, they're not with us anymore. So we need to adjust our plan, our budget, our spending, and everything that we're doing. And that's just not in comparison with rates. That's with everything that we're doing. So what can we do? We need to look at our spending plan. Actually, we need to make sure that we have a spending plan first off. I don't want the rates themselves and the numbers themselves to scare you, but you do want to know what they are and make sure that you can afford them comfortably. So you want to look at the overall big picture of what is my actual mortgage payment? What is my actual rent payment? Has my landlord, if I'm renting, has my landlord said that he's going to increase the rent? And if he has, can I do any better? Or what can I do to adjust my budget so that I can cover whatever it is that increase is now? That's what we're facing, and that's what we need to look at. So the first step in doing that is to know exactly what you are bringing in with your income and what you're putting out. You need a spending plan. And we've talked about spending plans for so long over the past few years. And spending plans, they are a lot of hard work for you to get into. But it takes discipline, and now we need that discipline even more to sit down and go over our budget and say, okay, this is how much I know I have coming in. Looking at the income, what's my income? Here it is. This is the money that I have coming in specifically, not what I think will be coming in. I'm not banking on money that I don't have. What do I actually have that I can use for my bills right now? That's what we need to look at. Then after we know how much that is, that's called your we want to pay attention to the net income, not the gross income. Gross income is what we think we're making. When the employers tell us we're going to make $20 an hour working 40 hours a week, yes, that's going to be your gross income. But we want to base our budget on the net income. What is it that we actually get? And now we're going to look at expenses, what we actually pay out. So with keeping your spending plan, we want to make sure that we know those bills that we have each and every single month. What are our fixed expenses, which are going to be our mortgage and our rent payment, of course, yes. But also, what are your utilities looking like? Your car note, your auto payments. We know that those exist. Can you afford that? What is it? We don't want to get anything that's crazy. And over the past few years, a lot of times we've noticed that to get a car, the payments have gone up. And they are continuing to do so. So we want to make sure that we can afford whatever that amount is. Then after we look at what are called fixed expenses, meaning those amounts don't change. We need to know what they are. And then we can look at our expenses that actually fluctuate throughout the month. And this could be your utilities still, but what are those things that we don't even think about that can change? The numbers can change. And we are planning for one number, and the next month is something different. We're going to take a look at that. Then also, after you looked at your expenses, we want to see what money do we have left. So a great tool is available on the Family Credit website. I want to show you this because this is really going to help. This will definitely help you when you're setting up your spending plan. We're on the homepage of Family Credit's website. I want you to go down to Personal Finance Made Easy. This course right here is going to help you set up a spending plan. And there's some great videos for you to get started and help you make it easier going through it. But go ahead, download the spending plan. And this right here will definitely help you set that budget up. There is a worksheet on the inside that will go over what your income is and what your expenses are. And that will give you a place to start. Let's see. Again, their website is available. Please look at that, and then this will help you set everything up. As we talk about budgeting, as we talk about the spending plan, we also want to look at 100 small ways to save big. This is the next tool that I think is really, really great for you, especially now. We're going to talk about a few different tips in here a little bit later on. But the reason for us to look at these things, to have those things available, is because a lot of times our debt can be so overwhelming, our budgeting can be so overwhelming, and we don't know where we can go for help or even how to do it. We know we get these bills that are coming in each and every single month, and then we just don't know what to do. So that's why those guys are very important for us to sit down and be able to structure out our budget, write everything out, look at it, see what we're going through. And that's when you know that you're on the right track, once you see it all on paper. Now, after you do it, though, that part can be a little bit scary, but you have to go through it, knowing exactly what your income is, what your expenses are. Now we're going to put them together and see if there is a positive number at the end. That's the key thing. We want to make sure that you have money left over in the course of the month. And right now we know that groceries are going up, utilities are going up. So what can we do so that your budget stays positive and that you stay in control and you're not really freaking out about all these changes that are going on, but you're able to address them and deal with them as they come. So once you know how much you have left in the course of your month, then we can get onto a track of, can we save? Do we need to pay off debt? Now we can start thinking about those things. But first, we want to be able to survive, right? So with looking at the budgets, we're looking at the utilities that we pay out. Do you feel that your utilities are too high, or are they in line with what you've always been paying? Most likely we're seeing them tick up though. So you want to see, is there any help you can get? The utility companies all have assistance programs that are available. And right now we know that Liheap is available as well. So if you wanted to get assistance for utilities, for your gas and your electric bill, those are great ways for you to get that help. If you are experiencing hardship, as far as dealing with your rent or your mortgage payment, there's help out there as well. And I've got a few resources for you to look at right now. If you are looking for assistance with your mortgage, IDA is actually offering help. And I want to go to their website. They are offering help right here. Look at this. They have relief for homeowners that are behind. They also have relief for people that are having problems with their rental payments. So this is a great place for you to go. It's ihda.org. And you can apply for assistance if you have fallen behind on your mortgage, if you have fallen behind on your taxes, anything that will cause you to lose your home. This resource is there and available for you. So please take advantage of that. Now, when you're going through the process, you will have to complete some budgeting sessions. You will have to give them your information. And of course, you can expect to give them your information because guess what? They are looking to help you. They're looking to give you assistance and money to get you caught up. So go ahead. Whatever you need, they're available as well. And then we talked about Liheap. I want you to know that they are open. If you're looking for assistance in Illinois, they are available for you to go and find the assistance, utility bill assistance. And you go to, this is on the illinois.gov website. You can apply for Liheap assistance to get help because that information is available. You will need to put in, of course, your information and locate the place that is closest to you. You will have to give them information too. But these are places that are available. And then if you are looking for just assistance with dealing with budgeting, of course, Family Credit is your #1 resource for that with a counselor standing by. Once you've got all of that information together, you've looked at your budget, you see whether you can make it, you've contacted IDA for help with your mortgage, you've contacted Liheap for help with your utilities, and you have just really looked at everything, you know where to go now. Now we're going to see if we can make some headway. If you are having problems dealing with your creditors, Family Credit is a great resource and available for you to deal with your creditors and help you get things back under control. So they are there, they are available, and so that is just important information for you to have, because a lot of times you're going through something and it could be strenuous, especially right now. Your mental health is very, very important, but your finances tap into your mental health as well. So we want to make sure your finances are under control and you have those resources that are available for you. Now, when you're thinking about your credit, a lot of times we've let collection bills get the best of us as well, because now that things are opening back up, guess what? Those collection agencies are calling more too. They know that we are returning back to work. They want money. They want to get paid. They want to sometimes harass you, call you all hours of the day and night. But there's help for you out there too. There's things that you can do to stop that harassment from happening. And also, I told you we were going to talk about this great update that's coming to your credit report, so let's get into that now. In March, it was announced that the different credit bureaus, we use Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion, that they are changing the way that they report collections, and this is just for medical collections. This is going to do some wonders for your credit report. Did you know that 58% of all collection bills that are reported in the credit bureau are medical? They really are. And the government saw that. Everyone's seeing how they affect things. They're stopping you from progress. They're stopping you from getting things that you need, from getting the help that you need as well, because they are there. And a lot of times what will happen is that if you've got a medical bill, let's say you have a medical bill with a hospital, and the hospital will send that medical bill out to the collection agency. Now, the collection agency just got 3 total bills for 3 dates of service. Same hospital, you're the same person, but instead of them just hitting your credit report for 1 hit, they would hit it for 3 based off of the dates of service. And that really, really played damage to a lot of people's credit scores. So that's why this update, which is going to happen starting July 1st, the credit bureaus have agreed that they will not be reporting medical debt to your credit report after it has been paid in full, first off. So once you pay off a medical bill, it should fall off your credit report just like that. That's the first step. The second thing is that they are going to wait a full calendar year before they even put them on your credit report. So that means you've got more time to get this medical debt under control. You've got resources now. You can fight it. And a lot of our credit reports that will, over the next few months, they're going to be updated with this information. Also, the beginning of next year, 2023, the credit bureaus have agreed that any collections that are typically under $500, they're not even going to put them on your credit report. How cool is that? That's going to really, really help a lot of people, and I hope it will help you as well. That does not mean that you don't owe the medical bills, though. We still need to take care of them. And the best way to do that is if you owe a hospital, you owe a doctor's office, network, whatever, for medical treatment, call them, call their billing department, get whatever type of charity assistance that they have to offer. Some of them will require that you send in your tax returns, show that proof that you are working or proof that you're not working. A lot of times they want to know about if there's anybody else in your household, but everyone is available to get this charity assistance. You just need to apply. You need to know who to talk to. Talk to the billing department at whatever medical or doctor's office, physician's office, or network that you are dealing with. Call them, get the information, and that way you can set up payment arrangements. Or a lot of times they will cancel out some of that debt for you too. So I've seen so many people that have getting relief and getting help from dealing with the medical bills because they did this. They contacted the billing office, and the billing office said, oh, okay, we looked at your financials. We know that you can't really afford to pay this, so we're going to wipe this debt out. Or they will say, we're going to wipe some of it out, and you just make small monthly payments as well. And if you pay if there's something that you can pay, be it $10, $20, whatever it is that you feel that you can pay on your small medical bills, that will keep those medical bills in the house, because guess what? You are making payments on it. That way, it won't go to your credit bureau report, and guess what? You'll be looking at a better credit record. You'll be getting some assistance to deal with those medical bills, and things will start to look better for your financial future. So if you have those medical bills on your credit report right now, look for a little relief in the next few months. Remember, starting July 1st is when this change comes into effect. That's going to help a lot of people. Now, if you've got other collection bills, you still need to work on those. And there's ways that you can look at ways to protect yourself, ways to go around dealing with those collection agencies too, because you don't have to take the harassment that they do dish out. Nowadays, though, we are finding that a lot of collection agencies want to help. They don't want you to not, they want to be able to help you. They know that you are struggling. They know that we all are struggling. So a lot of times they will take small monthly payments to try and get a debt cleared. And that will help your credit report as well. But I have had some consumers in the past few weeks that are saying, hey, I do want to get this debt taken care of. I do want these collection agencies off my back and off my report. But even with me making small monthly payments, how is that going to help? Did you know, like, whatever payment that you make does help? If you've got a $200 collection agency balance on your credit report and you pay $10 this month, guess what? Next month, that collection bill is $190. Then the month after that, it'll be even less. That does help. With tax season, though, a lot of people are trying to see if settlement offers are possible as well. And settlement offers are there for a reason. If you need help setting up or dealing with collection agencies, you don't know what to do, there are counselors on standby at 800-994-3328, and they will walk you through that process, because sometimes dealing with collection agencies can be intimidating. Dealing with credit card companies can be intimidating, and that's what those counselors are there for, to help you with that. So if you're thinking about trying to see if you can get rid of some of the debt, this is a great way to go. A lot of people also will say, hey, guess what? I want to fix my credit, but I don't know how to do it. So what they do is they look for a quick fix. And a lot of times those quick fixes end up costing you more, so much more in the long run that you could possibly even imagine. So if you are talking to a certified credit counselor that can do this for you the right way, that can help you through it the right way, that's what you need. You don't want a quick fix, because I've seen so many people shell out so much money to people that say they can fix the credit, that they can get the collection agencies to stop calling, and it wasn't right. So you want someone that will sit down, go over your credit report with you, look at what you have, tell you about the creditors that you're dealing with, help you find solutions for dealing with them, and not someone that says, oh, we're just going to dispute everything on your credit report. Guess what? That's a red flag. If it sounds too good to be true, it usually is. You need someone that's going to take time with you and get these things together in control, work out a plan for you with dealing with them, and make it work. That's what the counselors are there for at Family Credit at 800-994-3328. Again, give them a call or visit the website at familycredit.org. So we've talked a little bit about how the costs of everything are going up, and I don't want you to be afraid. I want you to have your spending plan together and know what you need to do to make things better for yourself. You want to be able to make sure you can afford the monthly payments. Even though rates, the number seems higher, it's, can you afford that monthly payment? Does it work in your spending plan? And what are some ways or some things that you can cut out so that you can increase what you're doing to another category? So if you got some discretionary income, or if you have some things that you're paying each and every single month just for fun, let's say you're buying lotto tickets or something like that, or you could possibly be streaming more than one service. Those are some ways that we can look at cutting those little things out, or reducing them the best we can, so that we can afford to increase our food budget, so we can afford to pay more towards the utilities. Because yes, the bills are going up, and we do have to pay them, but we do need to budget for them as well. Again, if you look at Family Credit's website, download the guide, 100 Small Ways to Save Big. It is there for a reason, and it's a great tool that you can use. Look at some different creative ideas to reduce your spending, to cut out those spending leaks that are in your budget and cause us to lose money, those things that we aren't even thinking about. Because guess what? We all want to be able to afford gas to put in our car. We want to be able to afford to keep our lights on. We want to be able to afford the home that we are in. So we've gone over some great resources today. I hope that these will help you as you work to get your budget back on track. Again, if you're looking for mortgage assistance, reach out to ida.org and see about getting the help that you need. If you are looking for help with your utilities, reach out to Liheap. They are there for a reason and they're open. So you do want to go ahead and just apply. See about applying for those. And then look at Family Credit's website. Talk to a counselor. See about getting your spending plan together. See if there's something that you can do that will reduce those spending leaks. Download that spending plan guide and you want to work through it. And just whatever questions that they have, fill those in. Fill in your income. Fill out your expenses. Don't leave out anything, because this is going to be your guide to making sure that you're successful each and every single month and that you have money left over, because we all want to establish financial freedom. We want to be able to do what we want to do in the course of a month and not worry about struggling with our bills, with our debt, with our finances. We want to be able to pay our mortgage every single month. And so that's so important, why those resources are available for you. So remember those that we've talked about, okay? Then last but not least, we want to make sure that we have our credit together. Credit is so important, especially while we're struggling with everything, because guess what? If you need it to apply for things, it tells who you are. It tells what you are able to do. And you want to make sure that you're keeping your credit decent and in order. Remember, the scores range anywhere from 350 to 850, but you want as close to an 850 as possible. And there are ways for you to make sure that you're following along with your credit report, that you're keeping things in good standing. Of course, you want to make sure you pay all of your bills on time each and every single month. You want to make sure you're doing that, but also you want to make sure you're staying under your credit limit. Know what your credit limit is and don't go over it. And if you can resort to not using those cards, then do that. Then there are some families that say, hey, I know how to use my cards. What I'll do is I'll use my cards and I'll pay my bills, I'll pay my utilities with those cards, but then I'll go and pay those cards after I do that. And we'll talk about some more creative ways of doing that and why people do that at our next show as well. So if you've got any other questions, remember, feel free to reach out to a counselor at 800-994-3328. Again, the counselors are standing by. Family Credit's website is available as well, familycredit.org. Perfect place for you to get some help, get some finances, get some relief, and just talk to a counselor about what you're doing, how you're spending, and what financial steps you should take next so that you can secure financial freedom. If you've got any other questions, again, feel free to reach out. And until next time, have a great one. Thank you.